Okay, so we haven't even left Tesla yet, but time for a new video in the Plaid Model S. Oh my God, I almost said 3 and I almost said Y. This is very weird to now be back in a Model S. It's like full circle. Started with one and now we're back. We're gonna do the first drive and kind of get some reactions and kind of see how I feel about it driving home. We'll see kind of how like the Yoke, how I start feeling about that. Like I have driven it for like 10 minutes in chill mode before, so it'll be very interesting to see how it feels like to drive it when I know it's mine. So for the buttons, not only can you do like park and reverse and everything here and drive, but here if you tap, so not only will that play that, but it will illuminate these and you can also do it right from there. So we can do that and now we're in drive, or we can do this, go back into park. But I think I'm gonna use this because I think that is a much more fun way. I don't know where it's taking us. We are now driving, first time really driving like my Plaid. It is interesting to say the least. It's very kind of weird, still feels surreal because I didn't think we'd be getting a Plaid for quite a while. And I left my sunglasses in the Model Y, so that's gonna be fun. But it's very fun. It's very quiet. It's definitely quieter than the Model S, the 3 and the Y, the X, all that we've had. And I keep turning on the blinker, so, oops. Let's see here. Okay, that was easy. We are still calibrating, so we can't do autopilot or anything. But we have David driving a Model Y. Oh, this is the first time I've actually seen the rear lights. That's cool. I haven't actually seen those before. Normally I'm always driving it. Still calibrating, so we can't do autopilot or anything like that. But I'm just being very careful because it is a brand new car and it was like $140,000. So we need to make sure we're careful and don't do anything that I will regret because it is very quick on the accelerator. Definitely a learning curve on these. I accidentally just like went to rest my thumb here and did the windshield wipers a little bit. I didn't actually mean to spray at that time. Hopefully David's not mad at me. He's behind us. So that's a little bit of a learning curve on that stuff for sure. It has been almost 2 weeks, actually more like a week and a half since I have picked up Model S Plaid. And I have been driving it a little bit. It's gotten some things done to it, more to come on that. But I have been getting very used to the Yoke. I've been driving it as much as I can. I think as of this point, we currently have 419 miles. So, kind of. I've been still driving the Model Y a little bit. But this car is one of the quietest EVs I've ever been inside. Now in most cars you have that engine noise and that really kind of drowns out a lot of traffic and everything. Well, EVs, you don't have that. You have a motor and you can get a little whine out of it occasionally if you're really punching it, but it doesn't really drown out the outside noise. But what Tesla has done in the Plaid, and I would assume the long range variant as well, is the noise is very quiet, like outside noise. If there's someone outside my window talking, I can't hear them, which I find great. I can still hear ambulances. I've been able to hear that, and any emergency vehicles with like lights and sirens and everything. But it's so much quieter in the cabin, and I don't even have the update with the noise cancellation built in on the speakers, so I can't imagine like it's gonna be real nice. But hopefully with those noise cancellation features and everything come like maybe dual audio zones, so the rear can have their own and the front can have their own. That would be kind of nice. But it's just such a quiet ride. And speaking of ride, it's very smooth as well. Now, when we first picked it up, as we were driving away, we were kind of going over some roads that weren't the smoothest here in Colorado. It's kind of everywhere. And to be honest, I was smooth sailing, and I saw David in the Model Y just bouncing up and down, and he's actually said the same thing. He was bouncing up and down, and he saw us pretty smooth. What they have done with the suspension and how you can see the real-time readout and everything like that is fascinating. But not just that, a lot of it's been like the fit and finish too. It has been a very nicely crafted car. I'll say hard plastic is basically gone in this thing. Everything just feels so much more premium. The carpet is even more plush. The center console I've actually really grown to love. It kind of reminds me a lot of the Model 3 and Model Y second gen center console, which we retrofitted into the Model Y. I'll link that up below if you want to check that out. But it just feels super solid. Everything feels super solid. Now, the big thing a lot of people ask me about is this Yoke, and how is it? Well, to be honest, I've grown a huge fan of the Yoke. There's a million different ways you can hold on to it. You can do the back, you can do the front. I wouldn't suggest doing this, or like put your arms through. Probably not a great idea in case you get into an accident or anything. But there are so many ways that you can hold this. Now, the buttons on the Yoke, I'll say the horn, I just cover everything and it honks. Absolutely love that. You don't have to like find the button. You can find it, but it's easier if you just do this. You know you're gonna get it because the horn is no longer in the center. That is just going to be your airbag. Now, the windshield wipers, I've tried to do just some wipes, but sometimes it'll just automatically spray them as well. I haven't quite figured those out yet. I've just been doing like quick taps instead of like long pressing, so I don't know, maybe that gets fixed in a future update. The voice command, I've actually found everything voice command wise in this car to work out really well. Now, the only thing I've really noticed I'm missing is the viewer for Sentry mode and dash cam videos. I don't have access to that. There's no button, but I can do it via voice command and it'll open it. So that's actually nice that we can do it that way, at least until that update gets pushed out with the button back. And then on the left side, you have your lights. I haven't had to use those. I keep all my Teslas with auto lights and I've never had any kind of problem. Now, the turn signals, I have no issue with those. Now, the buttons, so the right one came as one press will do autopilot, but I changed it so one press does TAC, which is adaptive cruise control, and then two presses will do autopilot, and I've been really happy with that because previously I don't know how you would get into adaptive cruise control without going into autopilot with that. So I turned it that way, which is great they have a setting for. And then on the right is you can change your audio left or right to repeat the track or go to the next track. Now, on my music, I tend to skip a lot of tracks. I normally will just put on like a Spotify playlist, and sometimes you just want to find that song to jam out to. And so I do tend to shuffle a lot. And in doing so, I've been hitting the turn signals a lot. Maybe I have fat thumbs, I don't really know. But it would be nice if maybe the scroll wheel was a little bit over to the right, a little bit more, and maybe the right scroll wheel a little bit further to the left. That way I can easily toggle them without trying to push anything. Now, for the right scroll wheel, I've never actually pushed the windshield wiper or the voice command button, so that's great. Now, on the left one, I do tend to hit those turn signals when I am skipping tracks. But that's kind of like my first impressions. Again, we've only had the car for like a week and a half. We're gonna have David's first impressions and David's first drive. He has yet to drive a new Model S with the Yoke, so that will be a future video. So make sure you are tuned in and subscribed and turn that little bell notification icon on so that you can be notified as soon as our next video goes live. But that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I am so excited to finally have a refreshed Model S, and being Plaid makes it even that much better. This car is absolutely ridiculous, complete alien technology when it comes to acceleration. It is nuts. Yeah, overtaking vehicles on the highway has never been easier. Literally one press and you're off and passing them within seconds. I really do appreciate that. Literally throws you back every time. Every time. Now, sport mode does kind of feel like the old Ludicrous, but Plaid mode is literally next level. What are they gonna do with the Roadster? It has to top this. It's gonna be almost double the price, and it's gonna be only a two-seater. Yes, it will hopefully get a little bit longer range, but it has to have the cold air thrusters and stuff like that, I would imagine, just to compete with this and other vehicles on the road. As always, huge thanks to our channel sponsor, Abstract Ocean. If you are looking to accessorize your Tesla Model S, X3, or Y, definitely check them out, all linked down below, and using code Tesla Inventory will get you 15% off of your first purchase. Our two must-have accessories are definitely going to be a center console wrap, especially for Model 3 and Model Y. Really helps protect that underlying material, as well as kind of create your car your own with any kind of cool pattern or color that they offer, as well as a matte screen protector. They do have them in gloss and matte, but in my opinion, the matte is definitely king. Really helps reduce any glare from the sun, as well as any fingerprints thanks to its oleophobic surface. But that's basically it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, thumbs up if you did. Go ahead and click here to subscribe here for some other ones, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
We'll be right back. Fold it up, we gon' burn it down.